So here we are at the site of the Freedom Tower, which sits right there at the former site of the World Trade Centers. And we see the memorial ponds there, the reflecting pools, and the construction going on World Trade Center 3 and next to World Trade Center 4, where it's kind of ironic here. We're at the site where 14 years ago the greatest attack that the nation has ever experienced here on home soil, frankly, since Pearl Harbor occurred. This is the first of a 5-part series on a prescription for moving aviation security to a sensible, effective approach. I'm calling the series Dear Admiral Neffenger, in deference to our newly appointed TSA administrator. And if I ever had the audience with you, sir, this is what I would tell you. First, from one former Coastie to another, Semper Paratus, congratulations on your appointment. While my Coast Guard career was cut short due to medical issues, I've always tried to serve in other ways by spending the majority of my professional career becoming an expert in aviation security, airport operations, and emergency management. As you assume one of the most unenviable positions in the federal government, I'd like to offer a few insights that might help with your success. I'd like to offer you some insights based on my 27 years experience in the industry and from training literally thousands of airport security professionals, including some of your workforce. Top priority, seek first to understand, then to be understood. This is Stephen Covey's 5th habit. One of the biggest problems TSA has had within the industry is that all too often no one takes the time to really understand why aviation works and why it must work. They write prescriptions before ever seeing the patient. I'm very glad to see you're meeting with our key industry leaders and intend to tour some airports. Just be sure to hit a variety of airports, big and small, because as they say in our industry, when you've seen one airport, you've seen one airport. Everybody has different funding levels and capabilities. Next, there's more to aviation security than just TSA and more than just screening. Some of your predecessors have focused on just TSA as being the only layer of security, and even the security layer graphic posted on the TSA website forgets 3 of the most critical elements in aviation security: access control, credentialing, and perimeter security, effectively the back door. Even recently, when TSA attempted to address active shooter, the initial information that was pushed out pretty much addressed how TSA responds, not the rest of the airport. Fortunately, the airport community is taking care of this now, and TSA is finally coming on board with that. TSA can go a long way to building its industry relationships by understanding there's an entire community out there that's responsible for protecting the airports and the airlines. You literally have hundreds of aviation security experts at your disposal in the form of airport security coordinators. They work at the airports throughout the United States, at commercial service airports. They work for the airport operator, not TSA. They've been in the industry far longer than the vast majority of the TSA workforce, and more importantly, they know how to protect aviation. Airport security coordinators are not an afterthought. They are charged with protecting one of the most critical layers of the entire system, preventing the insider threat. They are also responsible for protecting the perimeter and responding to incidents with local police officers. They're the front lines, just as much as your TSA workforce. Give them the mission. Give them your commander's intent. Tell them what you want to happen and let them figure out how to make that happen, and they will. The ASAC report, great example of how things should work. More of that approach and I think you'll be successful. Tomorrow we'll talk about the biggest threat we face.